I'm Soumya. അക്കൗണ്ടിംഗ് പരിശീലനത്തിൽ സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ സ്ഥാപനമായ അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് സർവീസ് സൊസൈറ്റി ഈ ലൈവ് വെബിനാറിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. 15 വർഷക്കാലമായി പ്രൊഫഷണൽ അക്കൗണ്ടിംഗ് ട്രെയിനിങ്ങിൽ 1ാം സ്ഥാനത്തുള്ള അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് സർവീസ് സൊസൈറ്റി ഈ ലൈവ് വെബിനാറിലൂടെ അക്കൗണ്ട്സിലെ ഏറ്റവും ലേറ്റസ്റ്റ് ആയ അറിവും വിവരവും ടെക്നോളജീസും നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരെയും പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. ഓരോ വെബിനാർ സീരീസ് കഴിയുമ്പോഴും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേഷൻ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യാവുന്നതാണ്. കൊച്ചിയിൽ അറ്റ്ലാന്റിക് ജംഗ്ഷനിൽ സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്യുന്ന അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് സർവീസ് സൊസൈറ്റി ഇന്ത്യയിലും വിദേശത്തും ആവശ്യമുള്ള അക്കൗണ്ടന്റുകളെ പരിശീലിച്ച് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ സ്ഥാപനമായി അംഗീകരിക്കപ്പെടുന്നു. 2 പ്രൊഫഷൻ 10 സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് എന്ന ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ഇന്റഗ്രേറ്റഡ് കോഴ്സ് ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ ലെവലിൽ തന്നെ അംഗീകാരവും ശ്രദ്ധയും പിടിച്ചുപറ്റിയിരിക്കുന്നു. കോർപ്പറേറ്റ് അക്കൗണ്ട്സ്, മെറ്റീരിയൽ മാനേജ്മെന്റ് എന്നീ ഡിപ്ലോമ കോഴ്സുകളടക്കം 10 ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻസ്, എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റുകളടക്കം ഒരു ബൃഹത്തായ പാഠ്യപദ്ധതിയും പരിശീലന പ്രോഗ്രാമാണ് ഈ കോഴ്സിലൂടെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. 4 ബിൽഡിംഗ് ക്യാമ്പസുകളിലായി ഏകദേശം 75,000 സ്ക്വയർ ഫീറ്റിൽ സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ക്യാമ്പസിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. കേരളത്തിലെ എല്ലാ ജില്ലകളിൽ നിന്നുമായി 1500ഓളം കുട്ടികൾ പഠിച്ചിറങ്ങുന്ന സ്ഥാപനമാണ് അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് സർവീസ് സൊസൈറ്റി. കാലാകാലങ്ങളായി കേരളത്തിലെ എല്ലാ ജില്ലകളിൽ നിന്നും ആൺകുട്ടികളും പെൺകുട്ടികളും ഈ കോഴ്സിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്നു. അവർക്ക് താമസിച്ചു പഠിക്കാനുള്ള പ്രത്യേക ഹോസ്റ്റൽ സംവിധാനവും ഒരുക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ചാർട്ടേഡ് അക്കൗണ്ടൻസ്, ഫിനാൻസ് മാനേജർ, കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് ട്രെയിനേഴ്സ്, ടാക്സ് കൺസൾട്ടൻസ്, സാപ്പ് കൺസൾട്ടൻസ്, സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ട്രെയിനേഴ്സ് തുടങ്ങിയ ഏറ്റവും പ്രഗത്ഭരായവരുടെ ഒരു നിര തന്നെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്കായി ഒരുക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നു. ഓരോ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയുടെയും ലേണിംഗ് അസസ്മെന്റ്സിനായി HR എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ്സിനെയും ടെക്നിക്കൽ ട്രെയിനിങ്ങിനായി ലാബ് അസിസ്റ്റന്റുകളെയും ചുമതലപ്പെടുത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നു. ഈ അക്കാഡമിക് ഇയറിലേക്കുള്ള പുതിയ ബാച്ച് അഡ്മിഷൻ ആരംഭിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇതിനായി കൊച്ചിയിലുള്ള അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് സർവീസ് സൊസൈറ്റിയുടെ ഓഫീസിലേക്ക് ബന്ധപ്പെടുക. മറ്റുള്ള വിവരങ്ങൾക്കായി 9349007175 എന്ന നമ്പറിലേക്ക് വിളിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. Let us start our webinar. The countdown begins.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here in front of this webinar. And I'm so happy to introduce myself. My name is Pavan and I'm a corporate trainer, author and CRT training specialist. And I authored 3 books named The Big Best Interview Guide and LinkedIn, How to Make Your Professional LinkedIn Profiles. And coming back to this webinar, conducting by Accounting Service Society, Learn with the Legends. And today we are going to talk about how to land your dream job. In my past experience with working with Accounting Service Society, I helped hundreds of students to land their dream job. In this webinar, I'm going to help you and I'm going to give you some introduction tips how to get your dream job and how to make your corporate job's dream come true. After COVID, post-COVID, the recruiting process has changed a lot. A lot of people are giving a complaint call like, sir, how can I get a job? How can I get a corporate job? Especially, how can I get an accounting job? Most of the people are saying like, sir, what is the best way to get the corporates? How can I get corporate jobs easier with a proper plan? Today, I'm going to give you the plan of action, how to land your dream corporate jobs, where you can follow simple techniques, where I can help you to give the process of going to the corporate gateway. I would like to divide this part of webinar into 4 categories. First of all, I would like to tell about what corporate job is about. Is it difficult to get into corporates? The second thing, how to prepare for the corporate interviews, the proper preparation, plan of action and execution. In before interview training process, the preparation should start with a professional email address. And my webinar will concentrate on how to make this professional email address, and further topics will be also discussed in this webinar. And coming back to the second one, you should know how to apply for the job. Before that, you should know how to search for the job. And the third thing, you should know how to handle the telephonic interviews. This will be the first stage of preparation before interview preparation. And coming back to the job search process, in this webinar, I would like to discuss about the techniques and tips for job searching. The applications and the websites will be given in the description box and this webinar below. And the next one is how to apply for the job. For applying for the job, you should need a resume and a video resume and a LinkedIn profile. And you should know how to write an email to apply for this job interview. The next one is, after applying for the job interview, you should know how to handle the telephonic and web interviews like Skype or Zoom meeting interviews. It will be discussed in this first stage of telephonic The second stage will be the interview process. At interview process, you should know how to go for the interviews, what you should wear, how to groom yourself. The second thing is like what documents you have to carry for the interviews. The third thing, the types of interviews. The fourth thing will be the process of interview. What is the process? What they follow, the filtration of process, the candidating filtration process. And the next thing is like the common interview questions asked, and your stress and time management techniques will be discussed in the at interview process, the second stage. The third thing will be a very important, most of the trainers will not cover in their webinars or the live classes. It's a very important part after interview process. After you completing your interview process, you should know how to follow up the HR with email, telephone or an SMS, and you should also take the feedbacks and your follow-up letters and thank you letters, and I'll be discussing in the third stage after interview will be discussed in this webinar. And let's proceed to the topic number 1, before interview process preparation. Okay, let's start with the before interview process. The first topic for today in this webinar, I would like to discuss about the professional email ID, and I would like to tell you what is the importance of professional email ID. The professional email ID is very important. Most of the people make the common mistake with their pet names, with their fancy numbers, with their unwanted characteristics. They make they make their email IDs just the Google suggestion or the domain suggestions. But I would like to tell you here, every corporate aspirant who wants to be a corporate employee or who wants to be a corporate job seeker should have a proper email address for, especially for the job search. So what is important for this professional email address? The professional email address will be helpful for you to maintain your career record proper. Not like you're using this email ID for other social medias like Facebook or Instagram or YouTube accounts. This email ID you're using only for your job related or career related purposes. And now I would like to tell you what are the tips and do's and don'ts for making a professional email address. The first thing is the professional email address should contain maximum of 12 characters. For example, if I tell you accountantservicesociety@gmail.com. This is what the company have a proper Gmail account. If I say you something here, if I give a person name called Rajesh Kumar, if he is making an email ID rajeshkumar@yahoo.com, it sounds very professional, sounds really great. Maybe I can't create another email ID like rajeshkumar@yahoo.com because it's already existed. So what are the tips for making a professional email ID? The first one is should contain 12 characters, as I said you before. The second thing is it should contain maximum 2 numericals. Most of the people make this mistake whenever they're making their professional email address. They're making this mistake, the common mistake what I observed in the students or the candidates who are applying for the jobs. The common mistake is they write their date of birth at last, Rajesh 0302. What is the number is about? You should understand why you're writing that number. Is that number is having any significance? Some people write fancy numbers 007, as you know, like Bond number. But some people write 369, maybe their favorite hero's car number. You should write a professional number like 01, sounds professional. 02, 03. It's not. Make it rajeshkumar1@yahoo.com. Please make sure you're writing a proper numericals which should not exceed more than 2 numericals. The third step I would like to tell you is don't use any fancy names or fancy numbers, as I said you before. The fourth one is don't use any special characters or any special symbols like underscore, slash, hash, whatever the email ID is accepting. Don't use any underscore or dot, especially it sounds really bad whenever you're making your professional email address because it's little tough to even type, and when you print it on your resume it may not look little neat. The next one is make sure you're not using your family names or your religious names or any group names or any membership names. Okay, make sure you're giving a proper email ID which contains 12 characters with a very good domain. Most of the people create Gmail, that's good. Otherwise you can maintain another domain email ID like Yahoo or Rediff or Hotmail, that's your wish. Make sure you understand this topic. I would like to repeat one more time crispy how to make your email ID a professional email ID. Number 1, 12 characters. Number 2, don't use fancy numbers or fancy names. Number 3, you can maximum use 2 numericals. Number 4, make sure you're not using any special characters or symbols. Let's move to the second stage of preparation. After you're creating your professional email address, I would like to move to the second topic is your job search. A very important topic. Most of the job seekers will skip this topic as this is not so important, but it's a very, very important topic as every job seeker should learn this. It's an art. Job searching is an art. I would like to teach you some tips and do's and don'ts in job searching techniques. Coming back to the first one, using your professional email address, you can start doing your job searching process right now. The first one is you should know how to create your profile, especially in job searching sites, job searching websites, and other social media accounts. You should know how to make your profiles creation and you start doing job searches. And coming back to the tip number one, whenever you're doing your job search, the first thing you should know is, are you interested in finding a corporate job or not? First of all, identify your dream job. What job you're looking for? Are you looking for an accounting job? Are you looking for an admin job? Are you looking for a front office job? Are you looking for a back end? Are you looking for a management job? Are you looking for any other job, a processing job, food processing or hospitality? Which industry you're looking for job? First of all, you decide it. The tip number one for today in job search is determine or identify your dream job. What would you like to become? What you want to be? For example, if I want to become a corporate accountant in food industry, in KFC, I do these things in a list. I write it one by one, accounting or a junior accountant or an account admin or an executive accountant, maybe which software I would like to work in, GST or Tally. I determine my job role. This is the most common thing everybody should do. The common mistake every job seeker is doing is the first thing is they do job search without knowing what job they want. The first thing, make sure determine your job, what job you want to be. For this, I would like to give you an exercise. Everyone have a paper and pen and please start writing your dream job on the top. For example, accounting executive, front office admin, back-end developer, SAP consultant. You can write any profession. Then you go to the next step is which industry you would like to work. There are lots of industries post-COVID or before COVID, pre-COVID. Lots of industries are developing or recruiting accountants. For example, my job role is to become an accountant. I'm writing the next one is hospitality industry. The second one I wrote hospitality industry. The third one I will write the company names which are offering or opportunity, which are giving opportunity in these two industries. Number one, accounting plus hospitality. What are the top companies available? I make a list, 15, 20 companies. I make a list by top to bottom. Then I go for a job search. What the first one? Determine your job role, determine your job industry, then the company, then you move to the job search. The stage number one for the job search is start creating accounts in job searching websites. So very, very important. Most of the students ask me this question, sir, how can I create a job searching website? Which is a good job searching website? Which is a good job searching application? I don't say this is good and I don't say this is bad. I will tell you a technique of identifying which is the best job searching website. The first one is make sure which country you would like to work. As I said, you starting role, company industry, and the designation what you would like to work, and the fourth one, which country you're looking jobs at. For example, if I want to work in India, maybe if I like to work in Kerala, then I determine my job searching website as what are the top job searching websites in India. I go to Google and I make a list, maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe I go for Indeed, I go for Naukri, I go for Monster, I go for any other local websites. Then I create accounts. I don't make it 10, 20 accounts in other job searching websites. I will determine 1 or 2 job searching websites. So very important, make it short and crispy. Don't make your search in wide areas. Make your job searching sites, places in crispy areas, like 1 or 2 websites. For India, as I said you, 2 websites for India. So no sir, my dream is to become an accountant in UAE. Then go Google, ask what are the top job searching websites in UAE. As I can refer you few like Byte, Gulf Naukri, Glassdoor, Career Path Gateway. Few websites I'm going to give you some examples right now. But please make sure what accounts can give you more preference to get corporate jobs. You go do the research. Very important, before creating any accounts in job searching website, do research, then create. When you're creating, make sure you're using our first topic is nothing but your professional email address. Using that professional email address, create your accounts in these job searching websites. Tip number 1. Let's move to the second one. Sir, like it's okay, I'll search jobs in job searching websites. So what's the second process where I can search jobs more? The second one is company websites. Every company will post their requirements or opportunities, recruitment opportunities on their websites. I'm asking this question to all the people who are attending this webinar. How many of you are aware of the company websites? How many of you search for the jobs in company websites? I'm not talking about job searching websites, I'm talking about company websites. For example, you take SAP. How many of you are aware of SAP website? Have you visited? Start doing this. The second very important tip of job search, do go to the online, go to the websites, visit the companies, see the notifications there as you can find the job opportunities. The second one. Let's move to the third technique, as the commonly people follow this. The third technique is finding job opportunities in newspapers. I don't say like the huge job opportunities you will get in newspapers, but it will also help you to get your dream jobs sometimes. As you see the notifications, go to classifieds, and please make sure choose a right newspaper classifieds where you're searching, and before applying, please make sure cross check once, twice whether the job is genuine or not. And let's move to the fourth one. Very important, it's my favorite technique for job search is networking. As I'll tell you a very famous proverb, net worth is equal to your network. As I said you one more time, net worth is equal to your network. As your network is strong, make sure, my dear friends, is your network strong, you get a huge opportunities go around. For example, sir, how can I use my network for job opportunities? As I'll tell you, how many of seniors are you in contact with now? How many of you are in touch with your super seniors? How many of you are in touch with your brothers, friends who are working in abroad or who are working in corporates? Use that contacts for job search. You may get job opportunities from their companies. We don't know what's going to happen. Make sure, my dear friends, use this technique. Networking is my favorite technique of getting opportunities, my favorite technique. You can also use this. I'll give you few examples how to make this networking more familiar and productive. For example, have you visited recently your friend's wedding? Have you visited any function recently? Have you met any new friend there? Then start talking about your career, not some other stupid activities. Start talking about your career. Start asking about what job they are doing. How does he get that job? What is the technique of getting job into their company? And then be in touch with that person. In this generation, it's very easy to be in touch with any person through social medias, Instagram, Facebook, or you can get his personal phone number. And make sure maintain this relation. As I'm telling you, networking is an art of maintaining relation with the person. You should have interpersonal skills. At the same time, you should have patience to get reference from the people who are working in corporates. And make sure, my dear friends, use relatives, use friends, or you can also use your brother, sister who are working in corporates. Ask for the reference. No doubt at all, I'm going to tell you, this is going to work very badly. Networking. And the last one I would like to tell you, recently I identified a very good job opportunities. The fifth technique is finding out jobs in the technopark sites. As you know that India is having a lot of IT park related ventures. As I'm telling you, as I'm staying in Kerala, in Cochin, I would like to tell you example of Infopark. Most of the people know about it. Do you know Infopark is having a website where you can find jobs in there? As you go to Trivandrum, you have a website. We have a Technopark. There you can find you can find jobs in the Technopark website. Go there, see the website. It's a very user-friendly website. You can also go there and search jobs. Make sure, my dear friends, I hope you understand these techniques of identifying the jobs. Especially job searching should have patience. Why? Because 95% people leave in the first stage of job search. They simply say, sir, I can't make it. Reason? I'm not getting jobs. I'm asking this question, where are you searching? Are you searching on websites? Are you searching in newspapers? Are you searching in relatives like networking? Try each and every area of job search, not like one area, every area you should do and search. Make sure, have patience, have clarity, plan of execution is very, very important. Determine your job and go for the job proceedings. Hope you understand. You can post any questions in the comment box.
Are you looking for an accounting career? How about one course that gives you 2 professions and 10 certifications in 6 months? Welcome to Accountant Service Society, the largest SAP training institution in South India with a 4-building campus and 46 professional trainers. Equip yourself with diplomas in corporate accounts management and materials management. You will be getting the following 10 authorized certificates. "100% placement guaranteed. Admissions are open. Book your seats today."
After making or after preparation of your professional email address, as I said you should make your job searching applications using this professional email ID, and I also discussed about your job searching techniques and tips. And let's move to the second stage. The second stage of after job searching, you should know how to apply for the job. Nowadays, the HRs are looking for the person who is applying for the job in a professional way. Let's learn or talk about how to apply for the job in a professional way to impress any HR to get a chance to attend the corporate job interviews. Number 1, what are the tools you should have in your hand for applications to send the application to the HR for the job concern? The first thing, you should have a resume. The second one, you should have a video resume. The third one, you should know how to create or how to make your LinkedIn profile. These are the very 3 basic essentials you should have in your hand before applying for any job. Sir, how can I apply for the job using these 3? A resume, video resume and LinkedIn. How to apply for the job using your email? You should write an email, you should write a cover letter, and you should send your job application to the HR, and the HR will evaluate your job application and will send you the reply back to attend or not to the interview. Let's talk about in detail how to make the resume and how to make your video resume and how to make your LinkedIn profiles more better for getting more job opportunities. Okay, let's start discussing about resume. A very important tool every job seeker should have in his hand for application of your job. Make sure whenever you're preparing your resume, you should understand first of all, don't copy resumes, make resumes. Most of the people edit resumes. But I'm going to tell you here the techniques of building a resume or technique of making a resume. First of all, understand the basic information I'm going to give you, my dear friends. Make sure, understand what is a resume. Why you call it as resume? As I'm going to introduce another name called CV, curriculum vitae. Why it called CV? And I'll introduce another word, biodata. What's the difference between these 3? Biodata, CV and resume. If all the 3 are same, why they have different names? I'm going to tell you as a job seekers or freshers or the people with 1 year of experience, I suggest you to make resumes. Why? Because resumes will be every time less than 2 pages, which will give you the information crispy and specified. Not like the data you are writing 4 to 5 pages and confusing the HR. As I'm telling you, my dear friends, make sure you're preparing resume. As I said now, the resume will be maximum 2 pages, will be less than 2 pages. And the types of resumes I would like to tell you now, that number 1 is 1-page resume and the second one is 2-page resume. It's your wish to select 1 page or 2 page, it's in your hand, and make sure 1 page is quite popular nowadays because the HRs are not having time to scan your resumes proper. On an average, HR will take 6 seconds time to scan your resumes. You have only 6 seconds to impress. Whatever you write is also matter, and how you're writing is also very, 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 very important. And please make sure, now I'm going to discuss few things what you can add in your resume, what you can include in your resume to impress the HR, and what data HR is looking for. Number one, please make sure I'm going to divide this training into the segments. If I say the word called segment, means area. If I say top segment, means top area, top segment in resume. First page top segment is nothing but first page resume first page on the top. This is what you should understand. Let's start talking about resume preparation. Now coming back to this, the segment number one, the top segment number one, you should add your information. Contact, personal information on the top of your resume. What all data you can add? Data number one, you should add your name. Very important, my dear friends. Please start adding your name on your top of your resume. It's very important. It should be mentioned as you are sending your ID proof related whatever. You give your proper name in capitals, bold. The font size, font color will be discussed in further. I'll be discussing in the future. Now coming back to the next one, you should add your contact information. Your contact information, nothing but your address, email ID, and your phone number. These are the basic things you should add on your resume top section. Name, address, email ID, and phone number. As I said email ID, you should add the email ID as I mentioned before, the professional email ID what you have created before. You understand that? And coming back to this, what else you can add to make your resume more interactive, to make more informative? You should add your photograph. Sir, is it photograph compulsory? I don't say photograph is compulsory. Photograph is not mandatory. It's an optional. If you want, you can add. If not, no problem. That's in your hand. And one more thing. If you're adding your photograph, please make sure that you're adding a professional photograph, which is with a business dress. And one more thing, make sure the background should be plain. And coming back to this, what else I can add? You can also add your designation. What role you're looking for, what job you're looking for, you can also add on the top of your resume section. You understand? Name, the designation what you're looking for, contact information, address, phone number, email ID, and your photograph. These are the basic things you should add on the top of your resume. Now coming back to the next one, sir, what else I can write? And make sure every resume should contain your objective. What is your career objective? Most of the people ask this question, sir, what is this career objectives about? You know why? In India, a very, very famous technique of writing career objective is copying the career objective. Most of the people copy the career objective from their friend's resume or family's resume, they just copy the resume career objective and just keep it there. I'll ask you a question here. If HR asks you a question in the interview, like, what is your career objective? Are you ready to answer? How many of you are answering this question? I'm sure 90 out of 100 will be not answering this question, because 90 out of 100 will be copying the career objectives from Google or some resumes, a friend's or relative resume, they'll copy and just keep it there. Career objective is a very important session. Whatever you're writing there should contain answer for the 3 questions what I'm going to give now. The technique for writing career objective is, number one, what job you're looking for. The second one, skills you have. The third one, how you will be benefited to the organization. The 3 question answers should be answered in a single paragraph. Make sure your career objective should contain maximum 30 words, less than 2.5 lines, 1 paragraph. For example, if I ask you, sir, can you please give me some example for career objective for an accounting position? As I'm going to give you like this: seeking an opportunity as a corporate accountant in a reputed organization where my skills like Tally, GST and SAP consulting skills will be helpful for the beneficiary of the organization. As I'm going to give you a simple example, there are hundreds of examples available. Start writing your own career objective, answering these 3 questions as you know the questions. Number 1, what role you're looking for. Number 2, what skills do you have. Number 3, how you will be benefited to the organization. Next, coming back to this, most of the people make this common mistake, writing the education. Make sure, my dear friends, when you have experience or internship education will be negligible. It will be negotiable there, because the HR who is looking for a candidate, he will be looking in your resume what is his industry exposure, how he is getting information from outside, is he worth taking him into my company or not. The worth coming here will be based on your experience or your internships. Start writing your experience or internship next after your career objective. Whenever you're writing your experience or internship, make sure the 4 things you should write there very, very clearly. Make sure don't keep it like a side headings. Just write in detailed. Number 1, you should write the company name. Number 2, the duration, which time to which time you worked in that company. Number 3, you should write your designation, what role you have performed there. Number 4th one is your description, very, very important. I'm not seeing this type of style writing in nowadays resumes. Make sure you have to write this. Description means what you have done there. 6 months or 7 months or 8 months, whatever the time you worked in that company, you should write there what you have learned from there. What is the information you gathered from there, what job you performed there. You should give the information there. It's very important. There's the 4 things you should write whenever you're writing your experience. Let's come back to the next one. So what about internship? Same. Write your company name, duration, designation and description. Make sure you're writing a good information there. Let's come back to the next one. What else you can write in your resume? You have to write your education, as I said you. And most of the people make this mistake. They're writing their +2, 10th nowadays in their resumes. No need. Start writing your highest qualification. That's enough. As the people say, like, sir, I'm a postgraduate student. Then you write your undergraduation and postgraduation. Don't go for +1, +2 and 10th standard. Why I'm telling you? Because whenever you're making your 1-page resume, you're wasting your lot of space. I don't want you to do that. So write your education, college name, your qualification, in which year you have passed out, and possibly if you want to write your percentage, you can write percentage, or you can avoid that, no problem in that, right? Now let's come back to the certifications. So very important session in the resume is writing your certifications. For example, as you know that the Accounting Service Society is providing 10 certifications. As you know that everyone, Tally, GST, SAP, you can go for SAP MM, SAP FICO. A lot of certifications we have like this. Sir, I have 10 certifications now. I have few certifications like this. What certifications I have to add in my resume? Here it comes a concept called customized resume. Customized resume means what is important for the job role. You're writing the same. For example, if I'm applying for a company called some XYZ, which is operating with SAP, so I have to write my SAP certification in this resume. As I'm applying for a role of GST and Tally related accountant, so I have to write GST and Tally related. Write the certifications which are important for the job role. Don't write every certifications. Make sure HR may get irritated when they see a lot of certifications. Write minimal 2 to 3 certifications in your resume which are important for that job role. And coming back to the next one, very, very important, how I can write my certifications. Whenever you're writing your certifications, make sure you're writing your certification name, organization which is provided, the last one, the month of completion. Example, SAP FICO from SAP Student Academic Program 2020 May. This is what the examples speaks about. Make sure you're writing your examples very clearly. Write 2 to 3 certifications. Let's move to the next one. You have to write your skills, you can write your abilities, your qualification, your qualities. This all comes by like your software skills and your soft skills. So what is the difference between the software skills and soft skills? Software skills means the what softwares you can operate, like Tally, SAP, Peachtree, QuickBooks. The software speaks. Soft skills speaks your quality, hardworking, communicative, team leader, team building. Okay, like you can go for a leadership. These are the soft skills. Time management, communicative, English speaking, written communication, oral communication. This all comes by soft skills. Most of the HRs are looking the people who can have the good soft skills. What is the trending soft skills in nowadays industry is very important. Communication skills. Can be written, verbal, non-verbal, all comes under. The next one is your time management and interpersonal skills. These are trending soft skills which HR is looking for in a candidate's resume. Make sure you're writing these soft skills or software skills 2 to 3, maximum 2 to 3 skills. Don't write like 4 to 5. 2 to 3 skills are very important. That's enough. Let's move to the next one. You can write your achievements, you can write your hobbies, you can write your references. And coming back to the last one, very important, I would like to recommend you to write your personal details. Very important. And most of the people are writing some personal details which are not at all important to write in a resume. Like you can write your date of birth, no problem. You're writing your father's name, no problem. Then don't go more personal like blood group, religion, caste. No need, don't write this. Very, very dangerous. Don't write these 3 things. Right? Then what else you can write? You can write your marital status, no problem. You can write your languages known, very important section, what languages you can speak. You can also write your visa status if you're applying for abroad jobs or something. You can write your visa status or passport number, no problem at all. These are the personal details. Like maximum add 3 to 4 personal details, 4 to maximum 5 personal details. Your date of birth, father's name, because I'm asking you to write these 2 because they may cross check with your ID proofs. That is only the reason I'm asking you to write in your resume. If you're writing in 1-page resume, you can ignore this personal details section. And coming back to what is the end of the resume? In every resume, you should write a declaration. My dear friends, most of the people are making this mistake. They're not writing declaration, just they're writing like date, signature. That's it. It's done. No. You should declare whatever the information you gave the top to bottom. You should declare there that the above given information is genuine and true to to my belief and knowledge. That's it. Give a declaration, then go for date, place and signature. And coming back to the signature, I would like to talk about this very, 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 very important. Signature means not you're adding signature digitally. Signature means just your name. When you take a printout, then you go for a manual signature when you're going to the interview cabin. Otherwise, whenever you're sending your soft copy through email to the HR, there is no need of adding a digital signature there. There's no use of it. Really, I'm telling you, it looks very odd even. Okay, date, place, signature should be the last ending session of a resume. I hope you understand, my dear friends. If you have any questions or something, you can post down to the comment box. I'll read the questions and I'll be answering. And let's see some common questions what students ask after the training of resume. As I'm giving very crispy, once you start practicing, you may get lots of doubts. You can post me the doubts in the comment box or like personal, you can DM on the websites, no problem. Coming back to the common questions. Sir, is my resume should be in color or black and white? I'll tell you every time, make your professional resume should be in black and white, not color. So what of my photograph? Can be color, okay? The next question people ask, sir, what should be my font size? Font size should be like 11, 12 when you're writing a main scripts, and the side heading should be like 13 to 14. That's your wish according to your manageable page. So the margins are important. Possibly, if you want, you can keep your margins, or also you can keep an unimaginary margins as you're fixing in your Word format. The next one is people ask me, sir, what font style I should follow? I'll tell you, Arial and Times New Roman are the best fonts for resume making. Very, very important. And one more thing, please make sure, my dear friends, font size, font style and your color and black and white should be maintained very, very properly. Whenever you're writing, the first letter to the last letter should be in the same font style. Font size should be maintained properly according to the side headings and main topics. And this is what about your resume making, my dear friends. Have any questions? You can post. Okay, then now let's start talking about the next tool you should have for application of your job. The next one is your video resume. Before talking about this video resume, I would like to show you a video, and you should get involved and please make sure observe the video and make sure you're following the video and make some contents what you're learning from that video, and make sure please watch this video.
Hi, this is Ritvika Jaiswal. Currently, I am pursuing Master's Program and PGDBM at Aegis School of Business and Telecommunication. This program has helped me understand and analyze the telecom industry and its ecosystem. It has also helped me develop my skills in various aspects of technology, business and techno-business management. I graduated Pune University in BE Electronics and Telecommunication in 2011. I have a good technical understanding of GSM, GPRS, 3G, LTE, cloud computing and their application. I have a good knowledge about networking and am also a quick learner. As part of the curriculum, I'm working on a project based on the latest trends and technologies in this industry. My project is on the rise of adoption of cloud computing in India, in which I will discuss various aspects of cloud computing from business point of view, such as how telcos can capitalize on this opportunity and generate new revenue streams for them, how it will give an edge to small and medium enterprise, and few successful business models of different companies. This project will also address to the different challenges faced in this technology and its future prospect. I'm looking forward to work in this domain and gain experience. Thank you.
Okay, my dear friends, I hope you watched this video and you got a lot of information from this. In this video, the person who is talking in front of the camera is giving a brief introduction why he is interested to work with your company, what skills he is having, and why he is passionate to work in that industry, whatever the information he is talking there. Now I would like to evaluate how you should make this video resume based on the topic. Number one, please make sure whenever you're making your video resume, 5 things you should keep in mind. Number one, what you wear. Very important. What you wear is the first thing. Wear formal dress, wear a formal attire or business attire, and make sure the frame should be a mid frame as you're seeing me on the camera right now. The next thing is your sound. The sound should be very good clarity, especially the HRs don't like the poor background of sound. Make sure you're recording the sound with a good mic or in a calm area. The third one is your light and the camera. And very important nowadays, it's so easy to record your videos through your mobile phone. Make sure you're recording your videos in a good environment with good background and light. And the next one, I would like to talk about your background. Background should be very formal or plain. And make sure you're not recording in your bedroom or you're not recording on your terrace or somewhere. Record in your peaceful area where the background should be very clean and neat. The next one is your content. A very important, the fifth one, I'm going to talk at last because it's a very important topic. The content. Sir, what should I speak on my video resume? On your video resume, you should speak your introduction. Number one, your present status. What are you doing right now? The next one, you should speak about your certifications, your qualifications, your skills and abilities to do the job, and the last but not least, why you are interested in the job. These are the 5 things you should cover in the content of your video resume. As you can see in this video, this lady or the person who is speaking in this video is clearly mentioning the name of the person, place where he lives. The next one, the present status, what he is doing, current status, then certifications, softwares known, what abilities, skills he has, and the last one is why he is interested in working in this job. These are the things you should keep in mind whenever you're shooting your video resume. And the tips for shooting video resume is, the first thing is, make sure shoot with your friend. Have a company every time. Because most of the people, when they shoot, they may have a camera fear. They should have a company of a friend who can support you shooting a video. The second thing is very important, create your content. Write a content, evaluate it, make sure the content should not have any grammatical errors. It should have a continuity, the paragraph to paragraph or a sentence to sentence, and make sure, ask your friend to evaluate it. Before going to a shoot, make sure you're shooting with sample shoots or a dummy shoots or a practice shoots. You should take it like 20-30 seconds of videos and show to your friend and say like how it looks like. Any suggestions there, take it and shoot a video with more confidence. HRs are looking for a confident candidate on video resume. In paper resume, I can just read and understand, okay, the person will be like this. But in video resume, I can estimate the person is like this. There is a lot of difference. Make sure in video resume, indirectly you are sending information to the HR that what is your contents levels, what is your ability of communication, what is your standard of communication. These are the things you are showing on your video resume. Make sure, my dear friends, the video resume should be 1 to 1.5 minutes, 60 to 90 seconds maximum. Make sure you understand this topic. If you have any questions, you can also post on the below comment box. And the common question what I faced or what I get raised by the students after this topic of video resume is, sir, how can I make my video resume to look better? As I said you one more time, for making your video resume to look better is your voice and your confidence levels. Your voice and confidence levels are clear and crisp, your video resume will reach to the HR. Please make sure don't exaggerate about you. Talk what you are, be as you are, but be confident and shoot the videos. All the best, my dear friends. I hope you understand this topic and I hope you will make your video resumes as soon. And coming back to the next topic, after making your resume and your video resume, I would like to talk now how to apply for the job using your video resume and resume. Sir, you may have a question now. Sir, what about the LinkedIn topic? LinkedIn topic I will be discussing in the next webinars. It will be a special webinar only on LinkedIn. A special webinar only on LinkedIn because a very, very important topic. That's what the reason. Now let's move to this. Whenever you're creating your mail, whenever you're composing your mail, you should make sure that you're sending this resume and video resume to the HR through email in a proper format. Sir, recently I applied for a job interview, but I didn't get my reply back. If you're not getting a reply back, that means there is some problem in your sending email. If there is a problem, can be in subject line, can be in to address, can be in your cover letter or some attachments. We don't know it. Now let's talk the common do's and don'ts in sending your job application through email to HR. Let's proceed. Number one, please make sure you're writing your proper to address. Don't miss even a single letter. You miss a single letter, the mail will be sent to a different candidate. Second one is adding your proper CC and BCC. Very, very important. The third one is writing a proper subject. Most of the candidates will not write subjects in their job application emails. Start writing a proper subject. What is about? What is that email is about? What are you sending right now? You're sending resume. You're sending an email resume. You're sending an application. Then start writing there. Application of your name, application of Rajesh Kumar, applied for accountant position. Otherwise, you can, if you don't want to mention your name, you can also make that subject line very crisp. Job application position of an accountant. This is what you have to make your subject lines. Then coming back to the cover letters, I'm going to make this cover letter very crisp. Make sure you're writing cover letter in letter writing format. The letter writing format will contain 4 different categories. Number one is your to whom you're writing, where he is working, what is the location. To address should contain all these 3 informations. Next one is your opening salutations. As I said you here, dear sir, madam, that's your wish. The third one is very important, the body of the letter. The body of the letter should contain, the first paragraph should contain your name, the person who is writing the letter, the purpose of writing the letter, and what are you going to give in the letter, what are you going to talk in the letter. The first paragraph should speak. The second paragraph should speak why you are interested in working for the job. Then you end the body of the letter and go for the closing salutations and signature. As I'm mentioning one more time, here signature means not again your digital signature. Here signature speaks your name, your phone number and your email ID. Right? This is the way you should send your job applications to the HRs. Please make sure, my dear friends, that I'm going to give you this webinar in a crisp format in 2 minutes. As we discussed first, professional email address creation. Number 2, we discussed how to search a job. Number 3, we discussed how to apply job using your resume, video resume and your cover letter. Hope you understand and enjoyed this webinar. If it is helpful, please do comment, and one more time, please make sure that you are practicing these topics, just not like listening and just going back to your home. Just practice these topics. If any doubts, you can also call to the below given phone numbers. You can also contact the institution heads. No problem. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And my name is Pawan, author, corporate trainer and coach. And please make sure follow.
Worried about choosing a career in these testing times? Studies have proven that accounting is one of the most stable careers at present. Welcome to Accountant Service Society, India's largest corporate training institute and the largest authorized SAP academy in Kerala. With a 65,000 square feet campus in Kochi and more than 2,000 students and 100 trainers, it is the largest in the sector. We offer a single integrated course catering to 2 professions and 10 certificates. Nearly 100% assured placements in India and abroad. Our certificate programs are highly regarded in Europe and Canada. All certificates are globally recognized and accepted by embassies worldwide. A professional practical experience certificate will be provided for the industry experience gained during the course. Over 78,000 placements in Indian MNCs with high salaries. Over 38,000 placements in the USA, Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand and Middle East. Total course fee is 50,000, which includes taxes, examination fee and study materials. Separate hostel and canteen facilities are available for male and female students. Admissions have started for the current year. Book your seat now by paying just ₹5,000 online. Balance can be paid in installments. Our certificate programs are also suitable for non-commerce candidates. Take a confident step towards your dream career now. Accountant Service Society, Atlantis Junction near Cochin Shipyard, Ravipuram, Kochi. Call now to 9349 007175 or 0484 235 8110.